So, we're working with a healthcare division of a massive global company. This organization spans more than a dozen industries, and their brand is everywhere. Recently, corporate handed down a mandate that every division must limit how many emails go to a single person in a day. It's a smart move to protect the brand, but here's the kicker. Each division runs on a different marketing automation platform, and no one really owns the problem globally. And so our client in the healthcare division came to us with a challenge and a narrow window to prove that they could solve it. And so this is one of those things that without any guardrails in place, recipients were getting hit with emails from all directions. One division sends a promotion, another pushes a webinar, a third fires off a survey. It adds up so fast. And so for the audience, it just becomes noise. So best case, they ignore you. Worst case, they unsubscribe and take your future revenue with them. And so this wasn't just a campaign level problem. It was a brand level risk. And because the business spans both B2B and B2C, the overlap between audiences was completely unpredictable. The healthcare division couldn't control what other divisions did, but they could show some leadership and what smart governance really looks like. So thinking about what they first came to us with, when they first reached out, they had what seemed like a simple ask. Just add a logic step in Eloqua that checks to see if someone has gotten an email within the last 24 hours and delay the send if needed. A tactical fix. Campaign by campaign, but we knew right away that number one, this would become a maintenance nightmare. And number two, it really wouldn't solve the problem. It was like kind of using a stopwatch to run air traffic control. So technically possible, functionally useless at scale. And so we took a step back and looked at the bigger picture. The healthcare division might be the only group using Eloqua or just the only one in that particular Eloqua instance, but they're not the only ones sending emails. We've got Salesforce Marketing Cloud, HubSpot, Marketo, all the other divisions are using different platforms. And so that meant a campaign level fix inside of Eloqua couldn't deliver on the full corporate mandate. So it was a system-wide visibility issue. So we reframed the problem. This wasn't just about compliance. It was also about protecting the customer experience and equipping each division to act responsibly without waiting for a global owner to emerge, because we all know, not my monkeys, not my show. That shift really opened the door for us to offer up a two-phase solution. So what was the fix? We proposed a phase approach. Phase one, quick wins. Always got to focus on the quick wins. So we're building a frequency management solution within Eloqua that uses the native functionality. We are setting up a templated process that checks if someone's already received an email, and if they have, that send will get paused. It's lightweight, it respects the mandate, and it gives our client proof of at least directional compliance while we work on the bigger project. So we scoped out the lift, roughly 75-ish hours to implement across the 300 or so active emails. The best part is this part was fast. Within weeks, they'll have their most critical campaigns running through this logic. But of course, we didn't stop there because we still have to solve the bigger problems. Phase two is the long-term play. We are developing a centralized app that pulls in data from all of their major platforms. So Eloqua, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, HubSpot, Marketo, how many ever instances, you name it. This app will then be able to feed a central database that is tracking email volume per individual, or in this case, per email address, because we don't have the ability to identify contacts with multiple emails across the organization. So instead of asking, did Eloqua send an email today? we can answer, has anyone sent today, in one place. So it'll be a breeze to throttle sends at the campaign level across platforms. And because it is built to scale, any division will have the ability to plug in and take advantage of it. So yes, this is a lot more upfront work, roughly 170 hours that we scoped, including development, testing, and implementation. But it turns a patchwork of manual checks into true governance framework. Once that, any division can adopt without reinventing the wheel. So in terms of the results, we are really early in the process, but already the healthcare division has something else that no one does, and that is a clear plan for compliance and a working prototype. So they are able to go back to their parent org exactly how and when they'll meet the mandate. And what's even more powerful is they are positioning themselves as the blueprint for how every division can solve this. Our champion is now the hero. Because this didn't just follow orders, so to speak, they showed what real leadership in marketing operations looks like. And that is really huge. So bottom line, the shift is email governance isn't just a compliance task. It really is a brand protection strategy. And in global organizations where no one usually owns the full picture, the smartest teams don't wait for alignment, they create it. That's what this client did. That's what strong marketing operations makes possible. And so if you are managing frequency one campaign at a time, it is really time to rethink what you are actually solving for.